My name's Angela Kissell. I'm the newly appointed Emergency Management Director for the town of Ludlow. Well, it's to go up to the Emergency Operations Center up at the safety building and work and coordinate with department heads and first responders, how to mitigate and help move the process along for the best interest of the community and safety of the people in our town. It began actually looking at the weather, of putting an announcement out there on Sunday afternoon to keep or Sunday morning, followed up by another one on Sunday evening as the water levels increased a little that they were predicting. Members of the fire department went knocking on door to door to low-lying areas that we know have been prone to flooding in the past, telling people, you may see us tomorrow morning, early in the morning, so have a bag ready. If we come knocking, get you and your animals out of there, and the community center will be open for a shelter. So several of us did that. We got a tone 3 o'clock on Monday morning. There was a call as we came here to town. The road was closed next to, or will be closing very shortly, next to the fire station because the block culvert underneath the bridge had been blocked and water was flooding over. We were able to get through. About 4:30 we started evacuating Black River Mobile Home Park, getting people out of there. We immediately activated the shelter at the community center and got that open so people could get in there. Shortly after that, we got Mill Street, Meadow Street, like Pleasant Street, got to those people to get them out as well. We also had hit out by the lakes, like Red Bridge Road on Sunday as well, gave those people a heads up just to be alert. We are in the recovery phase. FEMA as well as Red Cross have been here. I encourage everybody to register with FEMA. They encourage everybody to come and fill out an application, ask questions, because there's resources to help for housing for people who are displaced. If you are renting, they can help you with that. And a lot of people have the stigma that if you have a second home or a rental property, there's nothing that can be done. There may be some avenues through like the SBA and so forth. They said don't get discouraged if you get a denial letter, and they apologize for the wording of it, but it does say denial if you get one. They say appeal it, because there's been a lot of appeals that actually their request was granted after the fact. So even if you get a denial, do appeal it, because a lot of funds have been awarded after the appeal stage. I'm just trying to get information out and connect people with the proper resources. There's so many people that want to volunteer, trying to coordinate people within a need, who have needs, to organizations that are volunteering. We put it out there, reach out to us. I know Vermonters are proud, don't like to ask for help, and we're resilient, but there's so many people that want to help here in the community.
And if they do they contact you and you appoint that? You recommend some volunteer projects?
I can, yes. We have an organization called Mud Puppies that Lori Marchot is heading up, and I believe she said they have 250 volunteers. They've been going to people's houses, helping clean out their basements, clean out their houses, mud and rocks, and move just an assortment of things. I know Black River Good Neighbors is another one. They have received, I don't want to say a grant, but they've received a donation from the Vermont Community Foundation. So anybody that is in the surrounding communities that Black River Good Neighbors has always served, so that would be Plymouth, Mount Holly, Belmont, Cavendish, Proctorsville, as well as Ludlow. Go see them, go see Cray. She can help. I don't know what the assistance will be, but I know there's some money that was received by them, and she's great to work with. Stop in and see her, and she can give you some direction on that as well, as far as the need. The big thing is what is helping people in the interim before FEMA kicks in, or insurance, and we're trying to send people to where they can get some financial assistance. The Disaster Relief Fund.
Can you describe that a little bit?
Yep, that is being spearheaded by Carol Lighthall at the Chamber. Currently, they're in the process. I spoke with her or corresponded with her this morning. They have a committee that they're forming. They're going to work on the parameters of, the person who needs it the most, and that kind of thing, and break down the needs, and that will begin to be given out. I don't know the time frame of that yet. Like I said, they're forming the committee now, and they'll be beginning next week, hopefully working on that. So that's something that is coming as well. Some of it is time frame and getting everything broken down and trying to find out. It's been hard even on this end because so many people ask me, well, where's the need? Who needs this? We don't have one organization. We had members who went around street to street writing house numbers down to see the loss, if you will, because it's labeled like by minor and major, residential, mobile home, apartment, and business. So we tried to get a head count of how many businesses there were, how many residential, and there's just so many. I know Red Cross was working on that, but we don't have a number. And honestly, we're limited to the information that we get because everything is, they label it as like personal, so they don't give a lot of information, and it's still being compiled. So people are still working on compiling the information.
As far as people's concerns over drinking water, where does that stand?
So the boil ban was lifted within, that's the municipal water, so people don't have to boil anymore. I would and it's safe to drink, yes. There are concerns with people who have wells. I know as far as if their well was flooded by water, I recommend you getting a state test kit and getting it tested just for your own peace of mind. The majority are probably fine, but I think just for peace of mind, grab the kit. Yes, you can get them at the Department of Health, but also the community center has somebody down there who is giving them out, and they test for nitrates and bacteria. And there's a little bit of a process. You have to take it. You can take it to Springfield or Rutland. And there's time frames within, and some Monday through Thursday drop off and so forth. But I recommend doing that, again, just for peace of mind.
Can you comment at all on the wastewater facility and where that stands, or is that like out of your domain?
Yeah, I spoke and worked with Joe pretty closely last week. It's in bad shape. It's in rough shape. They had an engineer out there looking at it last week, I'm sure, to rebuild or whatever they need to do. But they've been working hard down there to try to get back and get things where they should be. But it's going to be a while, I would imagine, for that location. They got hit hard.
What about public health and safety in terms of like going into lakes, rivers, streams?
Yes, no,
You stay out of that?
Yes, it's not. But if you go up 100 North and you look at all the lakes up there, there's actually E. coli. It's been in Echo Lake, so as you know, that's filtering down. So I don't believe you'll see swimming. You'll see swimming, so I recommend staying out of the waters, the lakes. Hopefully it clears up for next year and we can get back to, where we were before this event happened. We had great people come into town as far as urban search and rescue, hazmat, the Vermont National Guard, along with our, emergency responders and the highway crew, and these people who have been out in these pieces of equipment that were clearing the road so we could get here and get the equipment up to, higher ground. So, a big shout out to all of them because I think we did a good job. I really do. So.